What's up, my Central Units? It's the Centerman here. So this is my review of Raw's War for the 14th of July, 1997. This show was in San Antonio, Texas, and this was a good show. I really enjoyed this episode of Monday Night War. So the show kicked off with the Hart Foundation coming out, addressing their matches at SummerSlam. I wrote down, took some notes by the way. They got a boo reaction because the show was in the United States of America. It's in San Antonio, Texas. The last Raw was in Canada. So it's back down to planet Earth for the Hart Foundation. Last week they were treated like heroes. This show, they're treating like villains. So anyway, so Brett called the fans in San Antonio, Texas. They're just rats. It brings up his match with The Undertaker for the World Wrestling Federation Championship at SummerSlam, that if he failed to win the title for the 5th time, he would never wrestle on American soil ever again. He said like it's in his contract. Gorilla Monsoon basically gave him his word. And then they go to Owen Hart. He's facing Stone Cold Steve Austin for the Intercontinental Championship. That's, you know, if he beats Austin and retain his Intercontinental Championship, Austin has to kiss Owen Hart's ass. He grabbed like it's not really a lipstick. It's basically if you got like a chapped lip or a cold sore, and cracks around your lips, any like mouth infections, you know. He said like, he said, pucker up, Austin, you're gonna kiss my ass. And then Bulldog's facing Ken Shamrock for the European Championship. Says, you know, if he lose the European title at SummerSlam, he needs to eat a can of dog food because his nickname is the British Bulldog. And I'm talking about briefly, folks. Anyway, so and then with Brian Pillman, he's facing Goldust. You know, if he lose, he will have to wear a dress on the next night on Raw. He brings up like, he didn't really name drop Dusty. He said like his dad's neglecting him, he's terrible. You know, I think he called like Goldust. He's a drag queen of the century or something like that. He said like, hope it's one of Marlena's dress. You know, Marlena, because at the time I don't know if they're still together to this day. Terry Reynolds and Dustin Rhodes. He said like, I hope it's one of Marlena's dresses. You know, I think he says, the only thing I'm getting into, that's his words, you know, referring to he's wearing Marlena's dress, you know, but, yeah, you know, he said, like, yeah, and in the start of his promo, he's, like, pretending like his client says, I love you, no, I'm not. You can tell, like, the mannerisms of Brian Pillman. It's a shame, it's a fucking shame. I think that Brian Pillman could be a big star, man. He fits the attitude pretty damn well, but it's a shame that he died. You know, he died, at the age of, he died at the age of 35 in October. We get to Bad Blood in October. So anyway, and then Jim Neidhart grabbed the mic. Not grabbed the mic, he said like, you know, if any of the Harts lose their match at SummerSlam, the next night he will shave his goatee. And it's very rare to see Neidhart without the goatee, you know. But by the way, Jim the Anvil Neidhart is the father of Natalia, the current women's wrestler in the WWE. By the way, it's a bit of a trivia. So Brett says towards the Canadian, he said about like, Canada. He really pointed over Canada. Says, you know, our women is prettier, our money is prettier, our men are tougher. Our sports are tougher, our beer tastes better, and if you, America, like it or not, this is going to be a Canadian summer. And then you got Stone Cold Steve Austin, Ken Shamrock, and the debut of the Patriot. The Patriot is the late, I'm going to butcher this dude's name, I think his real name is Dale Wilkes, I think that's his name, Dale Wilkes, the Patriot. He came out with the Kurt Angle theme music, you know, before Kurt Angle debuted with the company. That'll be in Survivor Series in 1999, trying to confront the Harts. So moving on to the opening match. So the opening match is a tag team match. We got Joe the King Lawler and his son Brian Christopher. You know, I think that I don't think they never, yeah, they never, I don't think they really address, you know, Brian Christopher is the son of Jerry the King Lawler. I don't think they did. Yeah, they did, like like I said, in 2011, with the whole, during the feud between Jerry the King Lawler and Michael Cole, bring up like Brian Christopher with bleached blonde hair to confront him. But anyway, so they taken on the Putskis, Ivan and Scott Putski. Ivan Putski, I think he was. Might be wrong about this. I think he was the WWF. Or was it Worldwide Wrestling Federation champion in what, the 60s and the 70s. He came out, grabbed the mic. He's singing "My Melody of Love." I think he's singing it in half English and half Polish. Yeah, he said Polish power. Then the Lawlers, I'm gonna, attack them. Brian Christopher and Lawler attacked the Puskies. The match was okay. It wasn't a terrible match. No, it was an okay match. The fans were in it. Yeah. I looked up like his age. He said like it was, at the time Ivan Putski was in his mid-50s. So I think Lawler, Putski, not Putski, yeah, Scott Putski, and Brian Christopher kind of carried him to an okay match. The Puskies got their offense first, and then the Lawlers got their heat back. The reason why I say Lawlers because, like I said, Brian Christopher is the son of Jerry the King Lawler. They got the heat. In the end, the Puskies got the victory. Ivan Putski hit Jerry the King Lawler with the Polish hammer for the win. And there's one segment about Ken Shamrock I'm going to talk about a little bit later on. And then we got this Paul Bearer segment said about Undertaker lived in hell for the last 20 years. He turned Kane into a disfigure monster. He's going to confront you. He said next week he's going to show proof that Kane is alive. Because Kane won't debut for the company until Bad Blood in October. We'll get to that in October. So moving on to the next match. So the next match, this is a light heavyweight division match. We got Taka Michinoku taking on the debuting. Actually, he's not really signed with the company. He takes on Tajiri. He was not really called Tajiri. He was called Tajiri Yashihiro. And this match was good. I really enjoyed this match. It was more strong style. It's their style in Japan. It was good. It's good to see Tajiri. You'll get a little bit over when he was in the WWF. It's very funny, like with both Taka and Tajiri, that by the time Tajiri debuted in the WWF in 2001, part of the Invasion storyline, Taka Michinoku was already gone from the company. It's funny, like it's funny, like you can tell they putting the eggs in the Taka Michinoku baskets. He's grooming to be the next star of the light heavyweight division. Yeah, he'll become the light heavyweight champion. I think it was at the end of the year. So anyway, it's funny, like years later, Tajiri will become cruiserweight champion. I think he was tag team champion. I think he was the United States champion as well. That was in the Invasion storyline. He never won the United States title basically when the US title was exclusion on SmackDown. I don't think so, but anyway, so he was kind of a bit of a comedy act in his run in the WWF between 2001 to 2005. But in other companies like in Japan and later on in ECW, he was a serious contender for the ECW title. He was getting treated more of respect. Anyway, so the match was really good. It was good. In the end, Michinoku hit the Michinoku driver for the win. Like I said, this was a good match to watch. It's a shame how the light heavyweight division didn't really pan out because they're trying to compete with. They're trying to copy what WCW were doing with the cruiserweights. So moving on to the next. This is the next segment. So actually we got the next match, by the way. So the next match we got the Headbangers, Marsh and Thrasher, taking on members of Los Peruquas. Before that, speaking of Los Peruquas, they enter the building driving their car. Anyway, so that's with ladies in the car. The two members represent Los Peruquas against the Headbangers are Miguel and Perez. I think it's Miguel and Perez. I might be wrong about it. And also they compare them to Cheech and Chong in their promo. The match was okay. I think it was Miguel and Perez. Yeah, Miguel and Perez. Was it Miguel and I don't know what he. You know, basically, I don't know Miguel and Perez. Miguel and Perez. I don't know. My memory's a bit. I don't really care about the Los Boricuas. You know, it's Savio Vega's group. You can tell like the members of Los Boricuas are the is it Alberto? Yeah, anyway, I don't really care. You know, anyway, so the Los Boricuas guys are the heels. In the end, I think they got the victory. Yeah, Los Boricuas guys got the victory, and afterwards they beat down the headbangers, and then the DOA came to the rescue, and I'm gonna talk about they're talking about it. They end up like you had Savio Vega come along, grab a cameraman. They end up like smashing one of the DOA's motorbikes. You know, smashing up their bikes, and then they led up to a brawl between the DOA and Los Boricuas. It's funny, like one moment they're kind of like teaming up, feuding with the Nation, and then all of a sudden, they're facing each other. Don't get it. You know, because the Nation are down to 3 because Ahmed Johnson got hurt. You know, you got like Ahmed Johnson, D'Lo Brown, and Colin Mustafa, the future Godfather. Yeah, they introduced The Rock into the group. So, yeah, they're moving away from, you know, having Savio and Crush, their groups taking on the Nation. So, moving on to, so, I think, we got the Shawn Michaels promo. No, yeah, I'm going to talk about it right now. There was 2 segments about, Vince interviewing. First off, they're trying to interview Mankind. Is he going to be Stone Cold Steve Austin's tag team partner for the tag team title match? He kind of refused. And Ken Shamrock says about, you know, I'm not Steve Austin's partner. You know, I'm focused on my match with Jim Dean from Neidhart. It's knuckle up time. I don't get this whole knuckle up catchphrase of Ken Shamrock. Knuckle up. You know, it's just like his version of Braun Strowman's These Hands. I don't get it, but why could just call it It's Fist Up Time or something like that? You know, Knuckle Up Time. I don't really get that. So anyway, and then you got Dale Wilkes, the Patriot says, you know, he didn't even say he's not. You know, I was stand. Yeah, it was an honor to stand for Stone Cold Steve Austin. I stand for America, for the men, the women, and the child. I heard about the Hart Foundation speaking about the United States of America and its people, you know, stuff like that. Trying to put over the Patriot like he's an all-American hero. Yeah, it's funny. It'd be really cool if they. I don't think they tag with Sergeant Slaughter. It'd be really cool if the Patriot and Sergeant Slaughter form a tag team. You know, because at this time Jim Duggan was in WCW. That really cool. That really popped in my mind. That missed the opportunity. It'd be really cool if they managed to bring back Jim Duggan and the Patriots. You know, go ho. Yeah, because like Jim Duggan didn't do nothing in WCW. He was kind of there. You know, it'd be cool. You know, because this is in the middle of the USA Canada thing. Anyway, so Shawn Michaels coming out said about like he said like not he brings up like it's up to Steve. He wants me to tag team. Is the Heartbreak Kid gonna team up with Stone Cold Steve Austin? Sorry, to win the tag team titles for the 2nd time. He said like I'm not 100% in that match. One of us were not 100%. It's up to Steve. He said now I'm 100%. And he brings up Bret's match with The Undertaker at SummerSlam. And also forgot to mention this in the opener. He said like The Undertaker is gonna like spear down like a dead star. I don't know what he meant. Like anyway, so he said like he said he wants to see Bret's sorry ass leave the country. And then he begged Vince McMahon because everyone knows Vince is the owner at the time, but you know he was a commentator at the time. You know he become the evil authority figure that is in like this was after Montreal and beyond. But anyway, so he begged him to be at SummerSlam. He kind of like jokingly said like he's a rotten employee. You say I might set up the ring, sell merchandise, selling tickets at the front door, to see, Undertaker, bury Bret the Hitman Hart and send Bret packing. And it's signs that you end up, and by the way, this is a spoiler, by the way. Shawn will be the special guest referee, for the for the main event between the Undertaker and Bret Hart. So, moving on to the next match. No, I don't want to talk about it. Short. Yeah, I'm not gonna talk. I'm gonna talk about it briefly. This is really the bad match of the night for me. We got Jim the Anvil Neidhart taking on the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock. The match was shit. The match sucked. I was a bit bored of it. It was one-dimensional, by the way. Just one-dimensional. It's just punch, punch, punch. Shamrock's early matches in his early months in his run in the company, he was a bit one-dimensional. Yeah, he came from the UFC. He's trying to get adapt to the WWF professional wrestling style. I get it. Yeah, there was no wrestling moves. It was basically Shamrock did like a Hurricane Rana. In the end, he managed to make Neidhart tap out with the sleeper hold, and then Bulldog, attacked Shamrock afterwards. Him and Neidhart attacked Ken Shamrock, hit him with an assist power driver. Then the Patriot came out of nowhere to help Ken Shamrock, and that was it. So yeah, it was the beatdown was way better than this match, in my opinion. So the next match, the next match we got, actually it was supposed to be LOD taking on the New Blackjacks, but Legion of Doom, Hawk and Animal got attacked by the Godwins, and they're still building up that feud. It happened at Shotgun Saturday Night a few months ago when, they did the LOD did like a botched Doomsday device on, I think it was on Henry. Phileas is the future Midian when he was part of the Ministry of Darkness, by the way. So yeah, the next match we got Flash Funk. That's formerly known as Two Cold Scorpio, taking on Vader with Paul Bearer in his corner. And the one nitpick about it, there was no Undertaker for the second straight Raw in a row, because the previous week's Raw was in Canada. This show was in Texas because Shawn Michaels, made his return, by the way. Is the a Texan boy. I know he grew up in, he was born in Philadelphia. Yeah, he was born in Phoenix. No, he was born in Arizona, grew up in Texas, but he's kind of like, basically Shawn is the native Texan, Austin is the native Texan. The only native Texan not on the show was The Undertaker, who's also from Texas. I was a bit disappointed, not seeing Undertaker 2 weeks in a row, because I'm not saying Undertaker could probably be in a match. You could have Undertaker in a segment confronting Paul Bearer because the secret is out, but he's not there. I don't know if he's injured at the time or took some time off. Preparing for his match with Bret at SummerSlam. We'll get to the SummerSlam match. Coming soon, folks. We've got plenty of SummerSlams for the month. I'm taking time off after the end of August, because I'm going on holiday in late August, come back in the start of September. Only for a week, by the way. So, anyway, the match between Flash Funk versus Vader. It was an okay match. I wish they had more time. That could be a good match. You both are good workers. Flash Funk, very underrated. I think the problem with Flash Funk is he's a good worker, but I think it has to do with his gimmick, by the way. Like in ECW, who's given more of a respect, Anyway, he did some high flying moves on Vader, Irish whip him into the steel steps. In the end, Vader, I think he hit Vader with the moonsault, but it was a kick out. In the end, Vader hit a powerbomb onto Flash Funk for the win. And then afterwards, it was a beatdown, post-match beatdown. You had Vader hit Flash Funk with the Vader bomb, and that was it. Vader is not really doing anything. He's done jack shit, because, after, I think that the stuff in Kuwait kind of fucked him. Confronting that guy, saying wrestling's fake, and then, Yeah, the only reason why he's in the the reason why he was in the reason why he's in the WWE title picture facing the Undertaker at Canadian Stampede because Ahmed Johnson got hurt. So if Ahmed Johnson was fit, I don't think he'll be on the show. I think I don't know, man. It's funny like his time in the WWF was coming at an end, not doing jack shit, and then I think he left the company the previous year in 1998. He came back in later years. I think he was in a match with Batista. I think it was at no, I think it was at Taboo Tuesday in 2000. No, don't know. I think it was at Cyber. I don't know. I think it was Taboo Tuesday. I can't remember. He did it. Was in a match with Batista, by the way. Anyway, afterwards you got Stone Cold Steve Austin. Um, said about I do not care about Shawn Michaels. He said, I was never 100% in all year long. He brings up Mankind's drastic matches. He says drastic matches. I was getting out of bed every other day. He said he will never. He's not gonna leave San Antonio without the WWF Tag Team Championships. So moving on to the main event. The main event, we got Stone Cold Steve Austin basically it's a handicap match in the first half, taking on, he defends the WWF Tag Team Championships without his mysterious partner, taking on Owen Hart and the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith. The match was good. I really enjoyed this match. It was more of a handicap match between Austin, Owen, and Bulldog. Because Austin will face Owen at SummerSlam for the Intercontinental Championship. It was like Austin got the heat first, and then the numbers game kind of catch up on Austin. Owen threw Austin into the steel steps. Okay, and then we got the debuting of Dude Love. Dude Love. I forgot to write it down, by the way. So he kind of say to Austin like you needed a hand, don't you recognize me? I don't blame you for not want to teaming up with the Freak Mankind. You didn't say teaming up with the hippiest cat of all. That he's putting over Duluth. And he said, oh, had mercy. That's really Duluth's catchphrase. So yeah, and then he came out. In Austin's reaction, he had this reaction says, "What the fuck?" He didn't really say what the fuck. He had that what the fuck look on Austin's face. He's we got the debut of Dude Love. The match was, like I said, the match was really good. Dude Love, he came in the ring. Locked in the mandible claw onto Bulldog. Owen did the drop kick off the top rope in the back of Dude Love. In the end, Austin hits Bulldog with the Stone Cold Stunner. Dude Love pins Bulldog, and Austin and Dude Love retain the tag team title. So, because you can tell Sean's not in the tag team picture no more. He was kind of there, there were plans. Yeah, I know the story was plans for, a match between Brett and Sean at King of the Ring. Plans changed, he had a real fight, and also Brett got hurt, so it's a shit. Yeah, I think the tag team title, I don't think it went anywhere or fall flat. I think they'll probably hold the tag team titles in a short period of times, and they'll likely will drop the tag team titles back to Bulldog and Owen. So afterwards, Austin and Dude Love kind of shake hands. You had women coming down, hugging Dude Love, and that was it. So yeah, I'm gonna give this show 8.5. This was a really good show. The only thing in the bad for me, Undertaker not showing up. The 9-hard Shamrock match was just basically one-dimensional. It was not that good. It was never got its second gear. The okay is the okay. The opener was okay. Headbangers, Los Boricuas, that was an okay match. And Flash Funk versus Vader, that was also an okay match. Besides that, the two matches in the good was Yasuhito Tajiri and Taka Michinoku, and the main event, plus the debut. The Patriots okay. Dude Love's debut was also good. You can tell the whole Free Face of Folly storyline. It's went up full throttle. So it's good to see Mick Foley as that character, and then later on in the year, he became Cactus Jack, you know. So I think Dude Love is a good. I think Mankind is the most most successful character in Mick Foley, because he went on to win the WWF title on 3 occasions. Dude Love went on to win. And by the way, that tag team title win for Mankind or Mick Foley, that was his first single or championship belt in the WWF. Yeah, I think he won championships in, I'm not too sure he won it in WCW. I think he was the tag team champion in ECW. So in the WWF, he won his first title. You know, he went on to win the world title 2 years later. And he's been in the company for 1 year. Had them going after the title, you know, the world title and the tag team titles. You know, glad they pulled the trigger on it. It's not really a title change, you know. Austin was the tag team champion going into it, so retaining it, so with a new tag team partner. So yeah, they end up faking the title after SummerSlam when Austin injured his neck. Now we'll get to SummerSlam '97 some other time. So anyway, so we got 2 more Raws before when I'll do SummerSlam 1997. So anyway, so hope you enjoyed my review of Monday Night Raw for the 14th of July 1997. Leave your thoughts, comments below, smash that button, click the like, click the bell, subscribe to the Central Man Network on YouTube, be part of the Central Unit for more wrestling videos and more. And this is the Central Man officially signing out. See you later, folks.